divided, bruised U.S. marks 9/11's 20th anniversary. 20 years have passed since al-terrorist Qaeda's strikes in the United States, yet the aftermath continues to be traumatic for Americans. On Saturday, the United States commemorates the 20th anniversary of 9/11 by withdrawing soldiers from Afghanistan, but national divisions, and, for President Joe Biden, political danger, are overshadowing any sense of finality. A whole generation has grown up since the morning of Sept 11, 2001. In the meantime, Osama bin Laden, the founder of Al-Qaeda, has been apprehended and slain. The Twin Towers have been replaced by a colossal new skyscraper that has risen above Manhattan. The final U.S. forces flew out of Kabul airport less than 2 weeks ago, bringing the so-called forever war to a conclusion. Yet 9/11 never fully went away. The Taliban, who previously protected bin Laden, have retaken control of Afghanistan. The military strength of the United States has been humbled. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the alleged 9/11 mastermind, and 4 other men are still being held in Guantanamo Bay, 9 years after charges were filed. Even the complete tale of how the attack took place is kept under wraps. Biden just ordered the release of secret FBI inquiry papers over the next 6 months last week. This will be a heightened anniversary for many Americans, according to Monica Icken Murphy, who lost her 37-year-old husband Michael Icken in the World Trade Center. But for her, as for many other survivors, the pain has never wavered. "I feel like it just happened," she told AFP. Simple, heartbreaking ceremonies will take place at each of the 3 locations where Al-Qaeda terrorists crashed packed planes, striking the cultural, financial, and political hearts of the United States, as they do every year. The majority of the nearly 3,000 fatalities, including people from all over the world, occurred at Ground Zero in New York, where they were killed in the initial blasts, jumped to their deaths, or just vanished in the inferno of the crumbling towers. An airplane ripped a blazing hole in the side of the superpower's military nerve center at the Pentagon. The third wave of hijackers crashed into a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, when passengers fought back, sending United 93 down before reaching its planned objective, most likely the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, a short flight away. Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will stop at each of these places on Saturday to honor and memorialize the lives lost, the White House said. This was supposed to be a pivotal event in Biden's nearly 8-month presidency. With the country still reeling from a Trump mob's assault on Congress when he took office in January, he promised Americans togetherness, and quitting Afghanistan against the backdrop of the 9/11 anniversary was going to be a key part of that. Whereas Trump had given the Taliban a May 1 timeline for U.S. troop withdrawal, Biden pushed the date back to September 11. He plainly intended to own both the withdrawal and the anniversary, even if he backtracked to a less politically delicate cutoff date of August 31. Rather than presiding over a moment of togetherness, Biden will travel across a country enraged by the chaotic Kabul evacuation and wounded by a greater sense of failure and defeat. Even Biden's well-known capacity to display empathy while serving as commander-in-chief appears to be failing in the aftermath of the Afghan withdrawal. Biden addressed several enraged mourning parents at a ceremony commemorating the return to U.S. land of 13 U.S. service members murdered by a suicide bomber in Kabul, the last Americans to die in the war. Later, the angry father of a Marine told reporters that he addressed the president about his son's death, and that the meeting didn't go well. Biden simply wanted to talk about his personal sob tale, according to the mother of another of the deceased service members, who castigated him on Facebook, saying her son's own sob story. She later invited Trump to the funeral. The weight of 20 years of history, and the urge to turn the page, will be on Biden's shoulders when he visits the 3 sites on Saturday.